Hello, my lovely Sagittarius. This is your horoscope for 2024. Welcome to 2024. Happy New Year. Well, let's start with your Jupiter, your ruler, and your ruler, Jupiter, planet of luck, planet of happiness, expansion. It's our big angel. Will be until 26th of May 2024 in your house of work, in the sixth house. Sixth house is the house of work, house of health, everyday routine as well. So here, Jupiter was spending already last year since May, and last year May, you already maybe changed your job or even got some opportunities, and most probably those opportunities were foreign. Let's say you've got maybe job offers in a foreign country, in the foreign companies, let's say, and you moved to those countries, or you're just working online, or you will be doing so until Jupiter is here until 26th of May. So you still have a chance to get more job offers. So go ahead and apply for your dream job. Jupiter will help you to get that job. It's our big angel of our universe, and wherever it is, it works in your favor. And to have it in the sixth house means that you can get that dreamed position, promotion. So whatever is your dream, go ahead. Sixth house is also house of health, and here it might actually give you some sort of healing. Maybe you had a long-term fight, let's say, with some kind of health issues, and since last year you are getting better, and Jupiter will look for it for sure, that you will feel yourself better. And it's very good for surgeries as well, or healing after surgeries. It will help you next 5 months of 2024 will, in terms of healing after surgery. So if you have planned some sort of this kind of medical interventions, then don't worry, it should go all well. Sixth house is also house of routine, our everyday life. So Jupiter loves to expand. It's a planet of expansion. So most probably your everyday life expanded as well. Yeah, like you've attending many things at the same time, and most of the time maybe juggling between your obligations, because sixth house is also house of obligations. It expanded all the errands that you have to attend to. Also, sixth house is the house of pet. Maybe you've got one, or you have now another one. You have a dog and now you have a cat, or vice versa. Or if you never had any pet, now you decided to have one, and you will for sure in the coming 5 months. Or sixth house is also eating habits. So here I would suggest a little bit care, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So here, you might gain weight since last May with the, let's say, overeating, because Jupiter loves to overdo things. It's just a non-stop giver of gifts here, and you probably were craving for, let's say, more food. And here I would suggest a little bit care. Also, sixth house of solving problems, how you solve problems, everyday issues. Here, it helps you in a big way, as not being so stressed, I guess, and easygoing, let's say, and decisions come fast to you and more easy, and you're ready to act upon those decisions. And it was much pleasant, let's say, to deal with issues, everyday life issues. It might have been that way for you, and will be until 26th of May. Let's see where it moves and after 26th of May. So after 26th of May, it will move to your seventh house. And this seventh house is the house of marriages, your long-term relationships, your serious relationships. It's a very important house. It's the very important contracts house, contractual agreements, partnerships, business partnerships. So here, after May, you are the luckiest to find your the only one person, and you are lucky to find that very important person in your life, and your love, finally, because Jupiter is the planet of happiness. It might give you that person, it might give that meeting finally, and you will be all set to meet love of your life. Seventh house is the house of marriage. Maybe if you already have your sweetheart long-term relationship, you are in a long-term relationship, then after May, next half of the year, you might get married, or you might get a proposal, or you might ask, finally pop that question, and you will be lucky in this area, because Jupiter will see to that you will you will be on the right track with the right person. Also, here also divorces can happen as well, but I feel like because Jupiter is the planet of luck and happiness, that divorce will be long-awaited divorce, and you will be somehow happy about that divorce, and everything will work out for you. Okay. If you feel that this year is not about love, then most probably it's about business partnerships. Seventh house rules your business partnerships as well. So those partnerships will be lucky for you if you're on the track to collaborate with someone, to sign, to enter into contractual agreements, very important ones, to have that business partner, to start a business with, your friend or your family. Then Jupiter will help you to do that in the most, best possible way. Also, seventh house is the house of all other people. So in general, communication with all other people will be much better after May 26. This kind of same placement was in 2012, 12 years ago. So in 2012 to 2013. So maybe you might recall what was happening, in your lives back then. The same and similar kind of events will be happening, but it will not be exactly the same, but just similar topics might happen. And just maybe, go back and recall a little bit, remember some things, and you will understand. You should understand what is it about. Okay, let's move to planet Pluto, planet of transformation, planet of big money, planet of rebirth. Death and birth is also planet Pluto, planet of big changes, and it's a planet of subtle subtle changes. You will notice influence of Pluto only in 10 to 20 years. It's a game of the long term. So, but Pluto this year will move houses in your chart for 20 years for good. On 20th of November, it will enter your third house. First, it moves already this month in January 21st, and most of the year it will spend already in your third house. But in September 2nd, it will move out again to your second house, where it has been for the last 15 years, since 2008. Yes, 15 years. That's how slow Pluto is, and it will move back to crawl back to that second house of yours for 2 months until November 20th, and will stay there for 20 years and never going back to your second house in our lifetime, because Pluto's circle around the sun is very, very long years. I don't remember already, 200 something probably. So in our lifetime, it will never come back to your second house, which I think is good, because for the last 15 years, you've been feeling you transformed yourself in terms of how you earn money, your ability to earn money, how much money you have, about your profession, about your self-esteem, because second house is also self-esteem. It's all related. And since 2008, for the last 15 years, you've been growing in this area, because Pluto is at the end, it makes us stronger. So Pluto likes to give pressure. It's a bit, planet of pressure and a heavy planet. It's a little bit hard to have transits of Pluto, but in your second house, at the end, it transformed you to the better, to better, and to make better choices, life choices in relation to money and earning ability, and maybe your profession. Maybe you changed a lot your profession, your job. Maybe for the last 15 years, you learned how to earn big money instead of living from paycheck to paycheck, or you learned how to grow that money that you have from zero to big money, and you learn how to treat money, because money is the energy. So energy needs to be attracted, accumulated, and maybe you redefined, your relationship. And also second house is self-esteem. Most probably you've been ups and downs, for the last 15 years about your self-esteem, because it's all related. How we earn money, that's how we feel about ourselves as well. So you've probably been dealing with this topics for the last 15 years, and since 2008 it changed you profoundly. Also, it might indicate if you had some bank loans, since 2008, let's say you bought a house in 2008, you got a bank loan, or you started let's say entered the university, and now when Pluto moves out of your second house, that loan will be closed, that credit card will be closed. You finally will be self-relieved that you given back all the money, let's say, and these kind of scenarios might happen as well. So now Pluto is moving to your third house on 20th of November for as long as 20 years. So Pluto in the third house Pluto loves to change completely. So third house is the way how we communicate. It's how we communicate, to whom we communicate. So it will change your way of communication, dear Sagittarius. You are very open-minded. You are very chatty people, but Pluto, when it comes to your third house, it will teach you how to communicate more, let's say, productively, more let's say how to say it, goal orientedly, if there is any such word. Also it will change your maybe communication with siblings, because third house rules siblings, your brothers, sisters, neighbors as well, and relatives. So these people maybe for the next 20 years you will change communication, or you might even stop talking with some of them. In coming 20 years you will be thinking your relationship with them. Also, third house is the house of a transportation. So maybe now for the next 20 years, let's say you've last year learned how to drive a car, and now you will be driving a car finally, because whole life you've been using public transport, let's say, or vice versa. You've been driving car and you say, you know what, car is too expensive, I don't need it, it pollutes, so I will just use public transport. Now you will sell your car. It will change your mode of transport as well. Third house is also house of surroundings, topics that you speak about, that you talk about, people and the thinking. So for the next 20 years, the topics that you talk as well, will change completely. In your people surrounding you, their mind will change as well. Third house is also house of skills that we learn for some, like in order to become some professionals, like makeup artists or nail artists or hairdressers, barbers. So maybe for the last 15 years you've been learning something, acquiring new profession, and now when Pluto moves to your third house, you will be fully taking advantage of that skill and applying it into practice. Also here, about your relatives or siblings, Pluto is the planet of birth and also planet of death. So here might be older relatives might pass, or your siblings' life, or you can become aunt or uncle because your sister might have a baby, or your relatives, so in their life could be some profound changes as well going on. Okay, let's move to the next planet, Saturn, another planet of a little bit heavy and pressure planet. Saturn is the planet of restrictions and discipline and taking the responsibilities planet. It sobers up us, and also it's a planet of work, and it's a little bit cold planet, coldness and distance. So in 2024, for the whole year, it will spend in your fourth house. Fourth house is the house of family. Also the house where you come from, family that you make yourself, and the family that you come from. It's your roots, it's your mother's life as well for house, and it's the place of living, where you call home. So Saturn here indicates profound changes in the coming year, 2024. You might have been getting understanding. Saturn is entered this area of life in 2023, and since then, back then, probably you've got married, built a family, or got a kid, and now you are dealing with realizations of how is it to be, being a family, being a parent, and being spouse. And you're redefining for yourself as well all these topics. Also, fourth house is also citizenship. It's immigration. Maybe you immigrated to another country during this time, and in the coming year, in 2024, you are getting prepared, or you will get a citizenship of another country as well. Or you will change your citizenship, or you will buy a house, and that's why you will get the citizenship, because fourth house is also the house of real estate. Maybe you will buy a house in another country, in a foreign country, and that's how you will immigrate, or because you got married to a foreigner, then you will get immigrate as well. But here in the fourth house, there is a little bit thing that those couples that are not, let's say those spouses that are not build their marriages on a solid ground, Saturn can give split, and not necessarily divorce, but some kind of coldness may appear between the spouses, and some kind of distance, or because of work, there might be some periods of like a long distance relationship, type. Maybe your husband, they changed his schedule and he works 6 months in another country, 6 months back, or you might go for like business trips quite often, and here could be some coldness between you and your sweetheart, and some kind of a distance. My advice here, to stick together, to go through it. Saturn is, giving, always leaves gifts when he leaves your house, where it has been, if you do the work. Okay, what else? Okay, let's talk about eclipses for the coming year. Eclipses happen 4 times per year. Sorry, not per year, but in 2024 it will happen 4 times. And eclipses, like they are elevators of the universe. It pushes us. It's like a rocket. It rockets us high to our destiny, to where we should be moving. It pushes us, like when we, for many years, like can take up the job and make that decision, make that step. Eclipses happen and they just boom makes it for us, and we have to deal already with the results, or make it or break it kind of situations happen. But it's a very good tools of the, let's say, universe to faster move us actually to our brightest future. And it's always positive. Whatever happens, always for the good. Remember, my lovely Sag. Okay, so eclipses happen because of the lunar nodes. Lunar nodes, they are two, and they are always opposite sign. They stand opposite, to each other. And North node will be in your 5th house. South node will be in your 11th house. And nodes are called, this dragon tail and the dragon head. So North node is the dragon head and South node is the dragon tail. So this fate, it's also called a fate lane. This lane is the, it's where we should be heading to in our lifetime, and where we should be releasing in our lifetime. It indicates this thing. So 5th house and 11th house, this axis, also lunar nodes, they show which area of life, like fateful events will happen, very like life-changing events will happen. So these eclipses will bring these events to push us forward. And 5th house and 11th house, this axis is the axis of kids, creativity, is the axis of friendship, online communities, groups of people, and also it's the things that we love to do. It's the happiness axis, the enjoyment. It's 11th house is also about the global picture. It's about our wish, our future. And eclipses here happening indicates maybe you will be, if you were wishing to have a kid, then you will get a kid, or you will open a business which is related to kids, or in terms of creativity, like you are artist that is, maybe you've been artist before and now you will stop doing that, or vice versa. You found in yourself this kind of passion and skills and talent, and you will open up to the whole world, and you will say, hey, I have this talent, I have something to show you, and you will become an actor, or you will become, artist, a dancer, singer, or like in all this creativity, energy can pop up in you, within you. Also, it's about online communities, groups of people. You might become popular, like, or let's say if you've been having like holding a dearest wish in your heart, that wish might suddenly come true. That will shake you to your cores, and of course will change your life for good. And it's a house of future. It will push you to your future faster, and maybe you will, finally realize what you want to do in this life, what is your passion, and what is your dream, and where you're heading to. So also this axis indicates some social events, media, and online projects. Maybe you will be jingling a lot, during this year, 2024. And also there is another possibility that you will get, results. This axis is also about results that we deserve, and maybe if you've been like, let's say some professional in some area, let's say you are a very good cook, now you will get some certificates or recognition in this area, in whatever area you are actually. Access of hobbies, and it's access of love for yourself. It's your business. You will be more happy, and you will find yourself in the area where you are happy and you want to do something, create something, and your love for yourself will boost, will get a boost. Well, let me tell you when those eclipses will be happening. So around those days, it will be felt more intense, and some life-changing events might be happening. First eclipse will happen 25th of March in your 11th house. So 11th house, as I said, it's again house of future, house of events, big groups, friendships. Your friendships might widen, let's say, circle, and it's a global house. You might be popular on internet, for example, or your wish may come true during this time. It's also house of big wishes. Second eclipse will happen 8th of April in your 5th house, solar eclipse. 5th house is house of kids. It's a business. It's a creativity house. How you have fun, love for yourself, your hobbies, house, love for life house. So around 8th of April, something these topics related things can come up in your life. Maybe you will find your passion in acting career, or you will open that business finally, or you will get a kid into your life, or you will know that you are pregnant, or you will become a parent, or also here 5th house is the house of love triangles. And here there might be a situation that something will open up about, if you've been in such kind of relationships. So here it can open wide open. So be careful. Third one, eclipse will happen on 18th September in your 4th house, lunar eclipse. 4th house is family, citizenship, immigration, buying a house. Maybe you're going to buy a house around September, or you have a house and you're going to sell it. Or finally, let's say, you will get married, you will build your family, or you will get the citizenship of another country, or you immigrate to another country. These sorts of things can happen around this time. And the last eclipse will happen 2nd of October in your 11th house, solar eclipse. 11th house, it's again the house of social media, house of future, big groups, friendships, and here it will be the same topics that were in 25th March around happening in your life. Okay, let's talk about Mars a little bit. Our drive planet, our energy, our passion, motivation, little engine inside of us will retrograde this year, but only at the end of the year. Last month, December 7th, starting December 7th, whole year it will be in direct motion, full force. So it's amazing news. From December 7th, it will start retrograde in your 9th house. 9th house is the house of everything foreign people, foreign lands, foreign companies, issue, everything foreign. Here, if you've been waiting, let's say some sort of documents, it will be a little bit delayed, or be careful not to be stuck in a foreign country. Or 9th house is also legal cases. Here is very good to appeal decisions, but not to start legal cases, because it will be delayed and it will be long. Also, 9th house is the house of searching life meaning. Maybe you will be less active, less energetic, and you will feel drop of energy around this time during Mars retrograde. And less travels can happen as well, because 9th house is travels. So you might travels might get delayed, or tours that you were planning to go might get cancelled or postponed. Also, 9th house is studies house. Maybe, your course that you wanted or university will start later by the date, or also get postponed, delayed. Same with the book publishing, because 9th house rules book publishing. Or you are just writing a book and you a little bit, let's say, less energetic in doing so. Let's say, or if you will have to pass exam during that time, again, then this is very good, because you will do it again and you might have a big chance to pass it. Or you will just simply travel to the place where you've been already, where very good. Okay, let's move to Mercury, our communication planet. Mercury retrogrades 3 times per year. During Mercury retrograde, don't open business. Don't open anything new. Do not do surgeries, plastic surgery especially, because then you will redo it. Because when you do during Mercury retrograde, usually you will not be happy with the result, or you will have to somehow redo it for one or another reason, During Mercury retrograde, also not advisable to sign contracts, because Mercury rules everything writing, signing, reading, speaking. Signing contracts is also not advisable, because you will have to redo it. Because then you will, at a later date, some things might change in this contract, or just you might not notice some things. And yes, there will be a lot of stuff that you will have to rewrite. Don't buy expensive purchases during that time. Don't make expensive purchases like buying a house or car, because you might not like it at the end, or you just will find another car or a house which is better and for a less price, let's say. So what are those days that we should not do all these things? I will tell you right now. The first Mercury retrograde will happen from April 1st to 25th of April in your 5th house. 5th house is house of kids. So here, something, if you have kids, kids-related topics will be coming up. Maybe you will have to change the kindergarten or school, or resubmit some documents, kids' documents, reapply somewhere. Or also 5th house is the love house. Maybe your ex-partner or girlfriend, ex-boyfriend will contact you. Usually when Mercury retrogrades our 5th house, all the exes, how to say, remembers us and start texting and calling. Second retrograde will happen from August 5th until 28th of August in your 10th house. 10th house is the house of career, social status, achievements, work. So here, some deadlines might change of some contracts. Getting certificates as well as achievements or degrees might be delayed or postponed for some reason. At work and at careers, like that promotion that was promised also might get delayed or just postponed for a later day. So here I advise to just relax and let everything go as it will be going. And the last retrograde, Mercury retrograde, will happen from 26th of November until 15th of December in your first house. First house is the house of appearance, how you look, your look. And maybe here you will be craving for going back to old style, let's say dyeing a hair to a color that you've been like 20 years ago or 10 years ago or even a year ago. It's good to go back to some things. These things to do is good, but not new things during Mercury retro. So if you've been before already, let's say blonde, and if you want to be again blonde, it's very good to do so during Mercury retrograde. Also something in the appearance, but here do not do plastic surgeries, because then you will have to change some things or you will simply may not like it. Okay, also here I would like to add something about the nodes. Your north node, which is in your 5th house, this elevator of the universe, will conjunct Chiron during February, March and April, so most of spring. Chiron is a mythical creature. He's from Greek mythology. He's a half human, half horse, and he is considered as a wounded healer or teacher. So your north node conjuncting Chiron in your 5th house suggests that if you have kids and they have some maybe health issues, those health issues might be gone for good. So you can be very happy, can bring healing for your kids, or the things that you create. If you are writing or drawing or painting, your art can bring healing to wide circle of people, or you will find a hobby that heals you, let's say emotionally. If you have such traumas or some kind of let's say mental issues that you're struggling with, you might finally find let's say things to do or hobbies that can heal you, or you might heal, someone inside, or meet a person, let's say, that is so different than you, because, Chiron is half horse and half human, so it's two incompatible parts, let's say, and you might meet someone very different than you and have a good relationship, by the way, because 5th house is the house of love. Maybe you will have some kind of attraction. Or you will have also Chiron indicator of number 2, because, again, this is a creature of two different parts. That's why it's a number 2. And maybe you will have 2 businesses. You had one and you will open second one now, or you will open 2 businesses simultaneously, or you will have 2 kids. Maybe you will get twins here. Chiron might give you such a big gift as two twins. Also, this house, the 5th house, is a house of self-love, so it might boost your self-love, because Chiron, he heals whatever it touches. So here you might get a boost of self-love and self-esteem, which is great. Okay, and for the last, let's talk about Venus, our lovely planet of love, beauty, and money. We all love Venus when it's in our sign, because we feel shining, we feel like a magnet, we feel like everyone is attracted to us and everyone is attracted to us, and we are like a bombshells. We feel like we light up everywhere we go, and we feel in love with life. And during those times, we have ability to convince whoever to whatever. So use that time wisely. And Venus, happy news, that will not retrograde during 2024, and it's in the full force, direct whole year. So in the first house, it will be transiting from October 17th to November 11th. So during that time, you will feel in love with yourself, with life. You will receive maybe gifts. You will be enjoyed. And the second time, dear Sagittarius, it will come to your sign almost during the new year, in 2023, actually, from December 29. So New Year's Eve for you were enchanting, most probably, because you were feeling all the luck and shine within yourself, and everyone was attracted to you. Until 23rd of January, this month, you have this stellar position of Venus in your first house. So enjoy the life, celebrate it, and make wishes, and receive the gifts with open heart and wide smile and enjoy. We also love when Venus is in our seventh house, because seventh house rules marriages, our steady sweethearts, partnerships, contractual agreements, business partnerships. So Venus in the seventh house will be during May 23 until June 17, 2024. So use that time if you have a very important contract to sign, or make a collaboration or business, open a business with your friend or family, put those things to May 23rd until June 17, or marriages. If you might get married during these days, or it simply means that your sweetheart, your husband or wife, will be more joyous and shower you with attention and gifts, and you will enjoy life together. Or you might meet such person and you will finally say, this is my love of my life. So that's it. This was your horoscope for 2024, dear Sagittarius. And I wish you the best 2024, and it will be that way. Believe in the universe and in yourselves. Bye.